morning and welcome to your tour of Don't Panic Labs. Grab your cup of coffee from the mill and let's start walking. So Don't Panic Labs spawned out of Nebraska Global. About 11 years ago, Nebraska Global was formed because at the time Nebraska ranked 52nd out of 50 states in venture capital, and almost none of what we see down here in the Haymarket existed back then. We're now known as kind of the Silicon Prairie, but back when Nebraska Global and Don't Panic Labs started, it was certainly not the case. And our goal really was to try to change that. We wanted to create an entire ecosystem of software startup companies. So with that vision in mind, we moved into what at the time was called the Salvation Army building. For those of you who have been to the Haymarket in Lincoln, you'll see the signage for scooters. Across the street is the mill where I was just grabbing my coffee. And you can see right here, front and center, over the door, Don't Panic Labs. So let's go inside and I'll give you a quick tour. Welcome to the lobby at Don't Panic Labs. Behind me you see plaques of companies that we have been involved with over time. Some of these companies are wholly owned by Nebraska Global with software developed by Don't Panic Labs. Others are partnerships or joint ventures that we've had over time. We are proud of every single one of these things that we've done over time, successful or not. Behind me you can see banners for things like Beehive, EliteForm. Beehive's on the 4th floor of the building. They're a very successful asset management platform for municipalities. EliteForm is in the basement of our building using 3-dimensional infrared depth sensing cameras to detect weightlifting bars floating in 3-dimensional space. Both those are wildly diverse sets of software problems to solve, but problems that we used our exact same engineering principles and practices to solve. At the end you can see Icora. Not every startup company is successful. Icora was a brilliant idea, great software, terrible product market fit. So it wasn't successful, but we keep the badge on the wall because we're still proud of the fact that we put that work into there and we don't want to forget the lessons that we've learned. So welcome to where the magic happens. This is Don't Panic Labs. In this area where I'm standing sit some of the most talented software engineers you're going to find in the city of Lincoln. We are at Don't Panic Labs first and foremost software engineers. We have 36 people who work for Don't Panic Labs proper. That doesn't include portfolio companies like Beehive or EliteForm or Acuvera. Of those 36 people that work for Don't Panic Labs, the vast majority are software engineers. We believe in great software engineering and we believe in hiring great software engineers. Part of what makes Don't Panic Labs so special, to us anyway, are our core values. Our core values are empathize and own it, build smart, and deliver with pride. Those things to us are not aspirational. Those things are who we are when we're at our best. As we grow our organization by adding new software engineers or project managers or business development people, that's what we look for first. We don't look for the most talented software engineers, though that's a great benefit. We look for people who truly know how to empathize, people who truly take ownership of their work, people who will just see a gap and go naturally fill it with their skill. Then we look for people who aren't looking to be cute or clever. Clever here is kind of a 4-letter word. We're looking for people who want to build things in a smart way that will scale well over time and who are open to learning. We are, above all else, a learning and teaching organization. We love to learn about software engineering. We love to teach software engineering. We eat, sleep, breathe software engineering. Then deliver with pride. So all of the rest of those things don't really matter if you're not driven to deliver, if you're not driven to actually solve problems and have the solutions actually out in the wild, making a difference in people's lives. It's all pointless. So we find people, or people find us, who have those characteristics, and my gosh, does it make this place a fun place to work. So one of the spaces we are most proud of is an area we call the Barnyard. Barnyard was created as a space for the community. Nonprofits from all over Lincoln actually have meetings down here. Our clients and customers can have gatherings down here. We wanted to make this space as a way to give back to Lincoln. So through these doors and through these large garage doors is a meeting space that has screens and speakers and all of the things necessary for leading large gatherings. Hosted down here are things like 1 million cups. Teammates holds annual meetings down here. We are just super proud of having this space and being able to provide this for the community. It's just one way that we have to give back, and it's a real source of pride. So this is our rooftop. You can see behind me a piece of carpet from the end zone at the Husker Stadium, which is in the distance behind me. That was a gift from the University of Nebraska Athletic Department. We do a lot of work with University of Nebraska Athletics. It's been a wonderful relationship with them over time. We've worked with coaches from football, basketball, volleyball to solve a really tough sets of problems. And some of those problems that we've solved have actually resulted in products. And one product example is Elite Form. I've talked about that a little bit in previous videos. It's actually down in the basement. The Elite Form 3-dimensional infrared depth sensing camera is actually mounted on every weight rack over at the University of Nebraska today, and is in many Division I universities across the country, and Australian rules football in Australia, the Navy SEALs, professional football teams, professional basketball teams. So that's an example of where a partnership with the University of Nebraska has actually turned into something pretty great for Don't Panic Labs, Nebraska Global, and actually the city of Lincoln. So this rooftop is actually a really fantastic thing about Don't Panic Labs, and one of my favorite spots. So I will come up here with my cup of coffee and my laptop, and I get to sit up here and just enjoy this. So I want to thank you for taking a tour with us today. If you have any questions at all and you want to reach out, you can contact us through our website. We have links out there for our contact email. If you want to ask us a question, we're on all the socials, so feel free to hit us up on Twitter, Facebook, etc. Look forward to hearing from you, and I'm really excited that you took this tour with me today. Thanks.